welcome back to another episode of Budget Survival and Prep. Right now we're doing a quick little video of some shelters with a tarp. Scenario is, it's world's gone to crap, you're on a trek, right now you need to find a spot to hunker down just to do the night. And right now we just picked a quick spot to do just a couple of shelters to show you guys a couple of options for you. This is not the tarp that I got from Dollar Tree on the budget. This is another tarp. The Dollar Tree tarp is only a 4x6, so it's only good for pretty much just an A-frame. You won't get much out of a lean-to on it. This you will. This one here I got a long time ago at Harbor Freight, not on a budget, it was just bought. But we're going to do a little quick step-by-step on how to put you up a lean-to. That is our first shelter. We'll take that down and show you the A-frame. Whether you're solo or with somebody like Mr. and Mrs. Robin Hood. Okay? And here we go. This here is just quick. This I did get from the Dollar Tree. If you remember from the other video, on the budget video. This is the paracord, 25 feet. Should be plenty enough to do either the lean-to or the A-frame. We're gonna get to it. First step, if you want, go ahead and stretch the tarp out. You already seen, you already did. Then you want to kind of match your holes up where you want to do your lean-to at. So the lean-to is going to be on the second eye hole right here when you stretch it out. So you're going to get enough paracord out, because you're going to wrap around this tree here, and there's another tree right over here behind this one you can't hardly see, but there's a little thin tree that you can use as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to tie this to one side on the second eye hole. Doesn't matter how you tie it. It could be a knot if you want to. And make sure you got enough. Do a quick wrap around. Make sure you got enough. And take you, whether you got your big survival knife or just a little pocket knife, doesn't matter on this. Make sure you got enough rope, whether you're using paracord or twine or whatever, just make sure you got enough to go on both eye holes. Do the same thing on the other side. Do a quick measurement. Alright. Once you get that done, just toss her up to the side and go ahead and set up your first part of your lean-to. You got that better? Do the back, stay on the ground a little bit. When you do it. Alright, take it around. Post. There you go.
What knot did you do over there?
I just did a slip knot. That's all.
That's all I did.
Alright, this is the first part right here. The slip knots on both the trees here makes it easier to take down. All you gotta do is just pull your loose end. That's all you have to do. Just pull it and it comes down. Next part is check your bottom.
Got it? I didn't got it.
Grab that side over there, baby.
Got it. Oh,
Put that right on there.
got me a rock.
Best thing to do if you really want to get a good bottom on it is throw you some rocks on the backside.
And a black walnut. How lucky am I today?
And a black walnut, apparently, to Miss Robin Hood over here.
Yes.
It holds down the back just long enough for you to be able to do your front flat on your lean-to. Because you can adjust the back as needed when you get your front done.
Somebody ate it.
Somebody ate the black walnut, y'all. Probably a squirrel.
Probably.
Deer. The best thing to do is kind of see where else you got. This tree that's blocking the other tree would be a good tie off for this point right here to make your front part on your shelter. Other one, on the other hand, you'll have to find something to tie it to, and or prop it up with a stick, one of the two. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead.
And I will find us a stick.
Mrs. Robin Hood is going to find us a stick. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and tie a knot on this front eyelid right here, so we can tie and make the front part of the shelter. That's just so we can come down here . Now you're going to pull a little bit, just a little bit on your shelter to kind of stretch the top out a little bit. This shelter is going to keep you out the elements. Whether it's raining, wind, a little bit of wind, or whatever. You're going to want to get out the elements. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a little bit long on this one. Just to let you know, this is a Night Eyes little pocket knife. I put that on there so that, you can put it around your wrist if needed. Give a good little lanyard for your wrist. Right now, since we're doing a shelter, I'm just going to put it in my pocket. You want to get a good knot. If you can do a slip knot, do that. Makes it, like I said, makes it easy. I was able to do a slip knot, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, Mrs. Robin Hood, she's using her hatchet that she got a while back, which is very, very awesome, by the way. Let me see it, baby. Got this from Walmart. Pretty nice. It's got some paracord. Got three little nut holes right here, 3/8, half, and 5/8, just in case you want to tighten something down. Hatchet, you name it, it's there. That's what she's using right now. Alright, there you go, that's alright.
Because that root goes this way from that tree right there. So
That'd be good enough to do. Alright, let me see you.
touch it,
We're gonna
shave it down.
narrow this down a little bit for the eye hole. This eye hole in there.
Almost.
Good enough to hold. Alright, and what I did there, y'all, was I shaved the top down of the stick a little bit to kind of get it onto the eye hole, the eyelid. There you go, baby. Now, because it's just in the ground just a little bit, as you can tell, we're about to use 25 feet up. we're going to take a little bit of the string, just enough to hold it up, and tie it back to this furthest tree right here.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be hard, tight and hard, just enough to hold it. Not doing too much of a slip knot on that. I'm not worried about that. It's a little loose, so you don't want to tighten. I will do a slip knot with, because I got plenty of rope to do it with. It's a little loose, but when the rain comes, if it's raining or anything, it'll hopefully, the whole point would be it to come off to one side, whether it be this side or you lower that side over there to bring it down. Another part, come back to your back side and stretch your back out. Like I said, just enough to get you out the elements. Doesn't matter how you're out, as long as you're out of the elements in some way. Now that is the lean-to. Like I said, you'll tighten this up. You're scouting out anyway, so you're going to want to scout out a good place. This is just a quick scout for the lean-to. Sometimes you get into a spot that all you'll have is just sticks to deal with, to put up your top on your front. Again, it'll keep you out the elements. On the back side, if you wanted to, you can pile leaves, moss, stuff like that on the back side to help push the tarp to the ground and have it grounded on the back side. Now that's the lean-to, y'all. Simple, easy. You scout for a good spot, good opening. That way you've got room to spread it out. That's the lean-to. Now we're going to take this part down and do a quick A-frame. Again, slip knot, boom. That part's down. Slip knot on that. Boom, that's down. Slip knot here. Boom. All you gotta do is pull that. There it is. Alright. Now we're going to take the rope, or the paracord in this case. We're going to take it off of your other eyelid that you had for your lean-to. Okay? Try to get that in the spot. Now your A-frame is going to be a little different. Not much, but a little. As you got. Now a lot of people I've seen on other survivalists, they'll take a rope and stretch it from tree to tree. You don't have to do that if you have a tarp with eyelets. You'll have on one side, since this is a bigger tarp, it's got three eyelets, one on each corner and then one in the center. The center one is the one you want to go for. So you don't need to stretch a rope or twine or whatever you're using from tree to tree. Alright. Grab another one. There it is. And same thing again. Take your rope or your string, or your paracord or whatever. Tie one end. Tie one end into your eyelid, same as you would with the lean-to. Same, exact same. It is not much different than a lean-to, it's just an A-frame. Alright. Mrs. Robin Hood. Now it's going to be a little bit shorter with this, instead of being as tall as a lean-to. Because you want, I mean, you can pop it off the ground anywhere between 3 to 4 inches. That'll kind of give you a little bit of room, not much. So you want to do the same thing as before. Alright, tie your end, baby.
Around the tree.
Bring your side down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit.
No, you gotta work with me. I'm on a tree with a lot of poking out here. Like this? Or a little bit more.
Bring it down a little bit. There you go. Right. And the same thing, if you can, you got enough, do a slip knot if you can. If not, just tie it straight off. In the end, when you are done for the night, the next day, whatever, you can just cut your rope, cut your twine, whatever, and haul butt. Alright? The next thing you want to do is stretch out your sides a little bit. Now with the A-frame, you'll probably want to stretch your ends to be able to either tie it off or put rocks around on the edge. Put the same thing with the back on the lean-to. You could put leaves, moss, stuff like that if you wanted to. But you can come off the ground on height-wise a little bit, anywhere between 3 to 4 inches. That way it kind of gives you a little bit more room underneath, especially if you're going with a double, like me and Mrs. Robin Hood. Okay? Now with that being said, we don't have a whole lot of rocks or anything like that. We do have plenty of sticks that we can put in it to kind of hold it back a little bit. So you want to grab any, whether it be the thin stick, the thick stick, however, and kind of put it in the ground to hold it a little bit. Stretch it out a little bit more. There you go.
That right there?
Yep. And if you have to, this is just,
My cookie
again,
broke.
hang on, buddy.
Okay.
Use a thicker one.
Well, that one's too good.
If you gotta shave it down a little bit, shave it down. Sometimes you got to. It kind of gives you a little bit more room to get in it. Yep. Doesn't matter the size of the stick as long as it'll hold you. it in the ground. Again, it's smaller. It's enough to where you can get out the elements, be out of the rain. I mean, this little spot, not really good for something like this because it's on a downhill. And the rain will just come straight through. That's why on the best thing to do for that is to get your A-frame situated and settled and be able to put leaves, like right here, kind of push it down, put some rocks on it, put some leaves, moss, anything like that. Same thing on the other side, on the opposite side. Same thing, leaves, rocks on the ends to hold it down. And that's enough there to be able to climb in, whether it's this side or that side. Preferred this side. You got a tree right there on that one. Yeah, you got a tree here, but it's easy to get in and out of. But it's low to the ground. You can't really, unlike the lean-to will make it to where you could be seen easier. A-frame, it's easier to cover up than a lean-to would, unless you've already got one of those camouflage tarps and stuff like that. But this here, simple A-frame, simple lean-to, y'all. Quick, easy. With the A-frame, yeah, you have to come outside to cook your food on a fire or anything like that, but you build it up high enough, the rocks wise, you can get more fire to it. Be able to cook your food a lot faster, a lot easier, and be able to get in and out. That there, everybody, simple A-frame, simple lean-to. That's all you need. You don't need nothing all huge and exciting and stuff like that, just to survive. Again, scenario was tracking all day, time to find a spot to hunker down a little bit, something quick, something easy, lean-to, A-frame. Whether this is big enough here for 2 people, so if you have 4 people, find another spot not too far from yourselves to be able to put another A-frame or another lean-to up. That way, everybody's close by. It's not, you and your spouse, or you and somebody else is here, and somebody else in part of your group is on another side. You're right close together. You can warn each other if something's coming, anything like that. Simple A-frame and lean-to, everybody. Quick, easy put-ups. Again, slip knots if you can. If you got enough, slip knot it. That way it's easy to go up and down. Lean-to is more efficient for keeping your fire close to you. Not too close, but close enough. Being able to get you and your person, like for instance me and Mrs. Robin Hood over here, this would be us, except it'd be a lean-to, more or less, and it'd probably be a lot bigger tarp. Oh. And in some cases, like this case, if we were trekking down here and we had to get out of our house and we needed somewhere to bug out or anything like that, we would already have our BOBs ready to go. And one of the things that we have in it is this. It's emergency food rations. Okay, these ration bars is a 5-year shelf life with these guys. Okay, we have these. It's vacuum sealed. It's 2,600 calories. You can munch on this just for the night. Keep your fire low, but enough to keep you heated. That's the main thing. Keep you heated. If it's a cold night, keep you heated. Get you some lights. Make you some torches if you got to, just to keep you some light. But this right here, this will save your butts in the long run. Vacuum sealed, 5-year shelf life, everybody. I'm glad Mrs. Robin Hood pointed this out, because we brought us just a little small backpack, which has got her hatchet on it, by the way. It's a pretty badass hatchet, by the way.
That's supposed to be a first aid bag.
And that was, yes, that's supposed to be a first aid bag if you couldn't hear. But this here, this is what we would have in our backpacks for emergency only. Really, if we could find food, we grab it. If not, guess what? These will come in handy right here. So other than that, guys, other than that, simple A-frame, simple lean-to. Quick, easy, keeps everybody together, keeps everybody warm. Now, you can, for added, if it's a cool, cold night, for added heat, throw you a emergency blanket in there to cover up with, to huddle around in. Try to get together. Get your body heat built up underneath that space blanket or that emergency blanket or whatever you have. Some you can throw, if you do one that goes across from tree to tree, string or rope or anything that you're using goes across tree to tree, you can slap that emergency blanket over that rope and then put your tarp on. Again, added heat. That'll reflect heat back to you. If you got a lean-to A-frame, it'll reflect all your body heat back down. Again, simple, easy, keeps everybody together. That's the main thing. Keep everybody together. You've got people in your group. If you've got more than 2, if you've got 4, if you've got 6, if you've got 8, 10, whatever, everybody needs to be able to stay together. Find your spots. Scout it out. Find trees that are easy to locate, that are easy, close by, if you can. There's this one where we got the A-frame. There's one right beside it. Same thing. It's spread out. You could do a good lean-to right here. But you can't see this tree here, and the tree on the side that you can't see. Perfect lean-to. But other than that, guys, that's it for this video. Stay tuned on the next one. It'll probably be more or less about fire starters and different ways of what to use for fire starters. Other than that, guys, until we strike again, we'll see you then.